Hi everyone, Christina here, and I am so happy to be back in another video with you today because we are going to be doing a Nama juicer review, a complete and very honest Nama juicer review. I asked many of you on my Instagram to submit your questions about this juicer so that I could perhaps answer some of them for you. And I was inundated with hundreds of questions, literally hundreds of questions, to the point of where I could not answer all of them. And I noticed that many of you were wondering the same things. Many of you had the same questions. And so I figured I would make a YouTube video answering pretty much all of these questions for you. And we're gonna dive right in. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Christina and I have been a raw vegan for over 15 years now. And juicing has been a huge part of my journey. I am a huge advocate for juicing. I love juicing. I feel that it has been so good for my wellness journey, and I'm just so happy to share the gift of juicing and delicious recipes with you. Every single day, I get the question in my inbox or in my DMs of people asking me, what is the best juicer to buy? Which one will give you the best quality, the best yield, save you the most money, save you the most time? Which one is the easiest to clean? I see these questions every single day, and so many of you are trying to make an informed and educated decision before investing into a juicer because juicers are not the most inexpensive appliance for your kitchen. So I'm hoping that today's video will help to provide some clarity for you. I also just want to say that over the past decade, I have broken at least a dozen juicers. I have tried every brand on the market. I've had every brand in my kitchen. I have done them all, trust me, and I've burned out my fair share of juicers because I'm an avid juicer. I'm in my kitchen every morning. My juicer's on for 1 to 2 hours a day. I put my juicers to work. I absolutely love this juicer and I'm a huge advocate for it. Now, with that being said, I just want to make sure that I'm clear that I want this review to be as unbiased as possible. So as I answer your questions, I will be extremely honest with you about it. But I will just say that of all the juicers that I have had in my kitchen over the past decade, the Nama has been the best one for me, and it is the best juicer that I have found to date. I love this juicer. Before I dive into your questions, I just want to let you know there is a link below for you in the description sharing all of the informative details possible about the Nama juicer, about the story, how it was founded, the company, the specs, the details, everything. In addition to that link is a special discount code below for those of you who want to go ahead and give the Nama juicer a try and who want to get juicing. I know it's been such an extremely tough time for so many, and I'm hoping that this discount code will help those of you who are looking to get healthy and also to save some money along the way. I've done several comparison videos with the Nama, comparing it to centrifugal juicers and horizontal twin gear juicers. This juicer has won hands down every single time. I'll link those comparison videos below for you as well, and I'll try to include some of those clips in this video for you so you can see the difference with your own eyes. When looking for the best juicer, there are several things to keep in mind. Quality, quantity or yield, the dryness of the pulp, the cost of the juicer, the taste of the juice, timeliness or effectiveness, right? Efficiency in that sense, as well as the amount of time it takes you to clean the juicer. We will be discussing all of those today. So many of you have messaged me, sharing with me how much you love your Nama juicer and how much it has completely changed the game for you, and that you purchased it because of my recommendations. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for being a part of my community. I love receiving positive messages and feedback like that. So I just want to say thank you. So let's start with cleaning questions. I received more questions about cleaning this juicer than any other type of question. In my last comparison video, I actually did a cleaning comparison where I tested and I showed how difficult it was to clean not only this juicer in comparison to other juicers, but I also timed it. It took me about 7 minutes with scrubbing and dish soap to clean this juicer. It is by far the easiest and fastest juicer to clean. First question, how long do they last and how easy is it to clean? The juicer comes with a 10-year warranty, which essentially means that if it breaks at all in those 10 years or if a part breaks, they will replace it for you because it is covered under warranty. And is it easy to clean? In my opinion, absolutely. I would much rather be cleaning this vertical slow cold press juicer than a twin gear juicer or a centrifugal juicer any day. It's not big or bulky. You don't have to clean those metal rods and scrub them. The only challenging part to clean, I would say, would be that strainer in the middle. But even then, it comes with a scrub brush. It's bright green. If you put dish soap on the strainer and just scrub it with the soap, probably about a minute later, all of the pulp or the pieces of the fruits and the vegetables, it washes right off. I know that many people don't like juicing because they just don't want to clean their juicer, but I have to say that this juicer has motivated me to juice even more because it has simplified that process for me and it's just made it easier. I'll include some B-roll in here for you right now just so that you can see the number of parts included and you can see how I clean this juicer. If you have a broken part, will it be replaced? I think what you need to do is register for your warranty and then contact Nama afterwards, and they should be able to send you a replacement part. One of the biggest tips I can give you to help save you time when juicing is to always clean your juicer immediately after juicing, when all of the pieces are still wet, when everything's still soft. If you wait a couple of hours or even till the next day or the next morning to clean your juicer, it is impossible to scrub and it even stains your juicer. I often find that if I clean my juicer right after making juice, sometimes all I need is water in my scrubby and everything rinses right off. But the longer I wait, the more difficult it is to clean because those pieces of fruits and vegetables dry. They dry everywhere around the juicer, including in that strainer, and it's just more difficult to clean. So always clean your juicer right after juicing. It shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes to clean this juicer. That's a relatively small amount of time to clean a juicer. I know some people who spend 30 minutes cleaning it, and I do also know that some of the pieces here are dishwasher safe. Someone had asked me what it's like to clean this juicer in comparison to a Breville, and I'll just say this, I've had this juicer for 2 years now, and you can see that it still looks pretty fresh and new. There's not a lot of stains on it. It doesn't look like it's had a lot of wear and tear. I think that just the visual of this juicer right here speaks for itself. I personally don't like cleaning a centrifugal juicer or even a Breville. It's just so hard to scrub. So I very much do prefer this one. Just the strainer in general is easier to clean. In regards to juicing celery in this juicer, because there were some people asking if it was more difficult to not only juice celery in this juicer or if juicing celery in here made it more difficult to clean, the biggest tip I can give you is cut all of your celery pieces into 1-inch pieces and run them through the juicer. If you do that, you shouldn't have any problem juicing celery and you shouldn't have any problem cleaning it. That pulp will come right out. When cleaning the machine, does the base get stuck often? Now, probably in my 2 years of using this machine, I will say that the base, this like base here, has probably gotten stuck maybe 4 times. But that was only after having left the machine on for maybe more than 2 hours and I let the machine warm up too much or I overfilled it too much, right? So you shouldn't have any problems with the base getting stuck as long as you're using it properly and you're not overloading it. Also be sure to not let it get too overheated. That being said, this is a standard at-home juicer. And I'm hoping that one day Nama will come out with a commercial version of their juicer where you can leave it on for 10 hours at a time and use it without it getting overheated. And I think that will prevent the base from getting stuck as well. So we'll see what they have coming in the future. I'm hoping that that's one of the models or special features available to us. And yeah. How long do I spend cleaning my juicer each day and do I prepare my juices in advance? The answer to that question is I spend, like I just said, about 7 minutes, maybe 10, cleaning the juicer depending on how messy I get that day. And I juice all of my juices in advance in the morning. A quick time-saving tip for all of you: if you juice once a day, that means you only have to clean your juicer once a day. But if you juice 3 times a day, it means you have to clean your juicer 3 times a day. So I prefer to do all of my juicing in the morning, especially if I want to do a juice cleanse or if I'm trying to prepare numerous jars of juice to drink throughout the day, so that I only have to clean my juicer once. It saves me a ton of time, and I simply store my juices in a sealed tight container, and it just saves me time throughout the rest of the day. Is it a single or a twin gear juicer? It's actually very different than a twin gear juicer. And I don't even like to say that it's a single gear really, because it's a vertical juicer that has a central auger in the middle. And what it basically does is it cold presses, or it hard presses all of your vegetables as it comes through, and it squeezes out the juice and it separates out the fiber. So in this sense, it's definitely not a twin gear. It has one central auger in the middle that essentially funnels and squeezes everything down. When I turn it on, like you'll hear now, there's no squeaking, right? It's actually a very quiet hum. Do you have a Nama juicer tutorial? I just bought one, amazing. I actually do have several videos. The one that I would recommend for a tutorial would be my 3 juicing recipes for beginners, or like 3 ways to use a Nama, and I'll include that link below for you. I show you how to not only make juice with a Nama juicer, but also a smoothie and a sorbet. That's right, it can also make smoothies and sorbets. It's the all-in-one machine. It's pretty epic. Haven't used it yet, I'm intimidated. Don't be intimidated. I know there are so many people out there who want to start juicing, but it feels overwhelming at first because it's like learning a new language. But I just want to encourage you that practice makes perfect. So even if you just start with 1 ingredient at a time, that's much easier than trying to figure out how to combine 3 or 4 ingredients. So try cucumber juice, try celery juice, try carrot juice. There's so many different types of 1 ingredient juices you can try. Watermelon juice, cantaloupe juice, you name it. Just try juicing 1 ingredient at a time to simplify things for yourself and to make it a little less scary. Once you get the hang of it, it becomes so much fun and slightly addicting. You get a little obsessed with juicing, and after that, you'll realize that there was nothing to be afraid of. It's just fun and it's healthy. I think juicing is one of the most beautiful passions that you can have, or that you can develop. Juicing capabilities. Can you make smoothies in this Nama juicer? The answer is yes. While it's not quite the same as using a Vitamix blender, it does a pretty good job at making smoothies, especially if you're using things like bananas or mangoes. It does make the smoothies super creamy and soft. In order to make a smoothie, you have to remove the juicing strainer and put in the smoothie strainer. And you'll know that it's the smoothie strainer because the strainer has bigger holes, which means that more fiber can get through. So if you were ever wanting to have an all-in-one machine, this can definitely do that for you. How do you use the sorbet part? Well, some more good news for you. In addition to making juices and smoothies, it can actually also make sorbet for you, or even ice cream, fruit ice cream essentially, right? So in this case, you'll need to remove either the juicing strainer or the smoothie strainer and put in the sorbet strainer, which looks like this. And all you do is just throw in your fruit. I like to use things like bananas, mangoes, berries. I love putting raspberries in my sorbet, and it just comes out so delicious. It's so easy to make banana ice cream in this juicer as well. Can you make nut milk? Yes, you can make tons and tons of nut milk. You can make almond milk, cashew milk, macadamia milk, all different kinds of milk in this juicer. I actually have several videos showing you how to make nut milk in this juicer. And I share with you my secret tips so that it comes out even sweeter and more smooth. But the answer to that question is yes, for sure. And I'll link my how to make nut milk video below for you guys as well. I mean, I know I've just said it, but I just want to reiterate it to you. It does juices, smoothies, sorbets and ice creams, and nut milks. That is another reason why I think that this machine in general is so much of a big win in your kitchen. And I'm just sharing with you its capabilities. Not only does it do all of these things, but it does all of these things very well, like to the highest standard. The quality of the machine and the quality of the smoothies and the juices and the sorbets and the nut milks that it gives you is the best. So not only does it do all these things, but it does all of these things well, if not the best. Does the Nama juicer produce more juice than other slow vertical juicers? That's a great question. And actually, I have comparison videos comparing it to horizontal juicers and centrifugal juicers. I do have another juicing comparison video coming up soon, and I'm hoping to be able to put this one to the test on a grander scale. Is there an order you like to juice things in? Yes, and I think this is very important. I like to run through my juicer my more concentrated items like root vegetables or herbs first, or even things like beets or lemons, because these tastes are so potent, right? But they do need to be juiced properly, and they need to be washed down enough so that you can fully get all of the flavors there. So I like to run through my juicer first my root vegetables, things like garlic, beets, jalapenos, greens, herbs, and I'll always finish with things like cucumber, celery, my more juicy items to essentially wash things down. One more thing that I want to say about juicing things in order, and another reason why I do love this juicer so much, is because in a centrifugal juicer, I would have to use maybe 3 or 4 cloves of garlic just to taste the garlic in the juice. And using this juicer, because it presses it so tightly, I will only need to use 1 clove of garlic to fully taste the garlic in my juice. There are no lost pieces, like shredded lost pieces that just get lost in the pulp mix. It uses everything, and that's why the pulp is so dry. You literally get more out of your produce, which not only helps to improve the taste of your juice and the quality, but it saves you money on produce. Other than celery that you have to cut into small pieces, is there anything else you need to cut small? I would recommend cutting everything small, just because it makes the job for your juicer a little easy to do, and you reduce or eliminate the chances of something getting stuck, essentially. So it just makes it easier. I'd recommend chopping everything up as small as you can. How much celery can you do for 1 liter of juice? I'm guessing you mean by this question, how many heads of celery will yield a liter of juice? For me, that's about 2.5 heads of celery will yield a full liter of juice with this juicer. And it's actually not really a fair question, because it depends on where you live, and it depends on how the celery was grown, how much water it has in it, how long it is, how much it weighs. So that question will be personal to everyone, but for me, from where I live, about 2.5 heads will give me a liter of straight up celery juice. How many juices can I make in one sitting? Well, the machine can yield me as much as I would like it to yield. I will say this, Cash and I have made up to 3 gallons at a time. I haven't tried to make more than that, but I can tell you that there have been days where we've made at least 3 gallons of juice in a sitting, and it could still do more. Can you add fruits with skins? You can, but I wouldn't recommend all fruit skins. Like for instance, I think organic apples, organic pears are great, things like that. I would not necessarily add in a lemon peel or an orange peel or a grapefruit peel, because the essential oils from those peels are so strong that it kind of ruins your juice. It's too strong, actually. So in regards to skins, things like cucumbers, beet skins, things like that, you don't have to peel everything that goes in there. But as far as citrus goes specifically, I wouldn't add citrus peels into your juicer, no. Can you add full roots into your juicer? Yes, you totally can. I always add in the full ginger. I don't peel it, make sure it's organic. I add in my beets, turmeric as well. It does super well with roots and veggies, for sure. Can it juice tiny things like cloves of garlic and still get enough juice? Absolutely. I know I just talked about this a second ago, but I fully believe that it captures the taste and it yields more out of 1 clove of garlic than any other juicer. Compared to a centrifugal juicer, you might need to use more produce to achieve the same potency of taste. You just get more out of your produce with this juicer. How long is a juice good for in the fridge? Now, here's what's interesting about this juicer. It is incredible at preventing oxidation and separation. Your juices actually last longer with this juicer because there's less separation, and you'll notice that there's less discoloration. If you've ever used a centrifugal juicer before, even a horizontal juicer, you'll notice that hours later, the color changes to be almost like a dark brown. No matter what it looked like in the beginning, the color changes, it fades, the taste changes. That's oxidation. And you'll also notice that your juice will separate, right? With this juicer, there's little to no separation. The juice holds so well. And it's one of the reasons why I love this. So with a typical juicer, especially a centrifugal juicer, I would tell you to drink the juice immediately right then and there because it immediately starts to oxidize. But with this juicer, your juices can last up to 48 hours safely for you to drink. That's a huge difference. You're talking about an extra 2 days worth of time where you can still enjoy these juices. That's huge. Pulp. Pulp is such an important topic because I'm a firm believer that pulp is an indicator as to how good your juicer truly is. The drier the pulp, the better quality juicer that you have. If you have a lot of wet pulp and like a big container of wet pulp, you do not have a good quality juicer. But if you have a small amount of dry pulp, so dry that you could make crackers with it, you have an excellent quality juicer. I love my Nama juicer. Do you have any recommendations as to what I can do with the pulp? Thank you, so happy you love your Nama juicer. I love making raw vegan crackers with my pulp. I love making little breads that I make in my dehydrator with my pulp. I love making carrot cake with my pulp. All of those recipes are actually in my Fully Raw app for you. My app has more than 450 recipes, a ton of them that are juicing recipes there for you. So you can check it out. My app is linked below for you. Tons and tons of recipes you can make, and yes, many of them include how to not only use your pulp with a dessert or with crackers, but make juice. Is the pulp dry? This juicer yields the driest pulp I have ever had the pleasure of witnessing with a juicer. I'm loving the juicer. Do you have a discount code? Yes, I'm so happy you love this juicer. I will go ahead and put the discount code on the screen for you so you can take advantage of the special discount to hopefully help you get this juicer so that you can start juicing in your home and having a lot of fun along the way. Comparisons and reviews. Is it better than an Omega and how? I'm not here to put down any other companies. I just want to say that specifically. But I will say this, I have used 3 different Omega juicers and I have broken all of them. I have yet to break a Nama juicer. Do you have a discount code? Again, yes I do. Please click on the link below or even just take the code that's on the screen and use it during the checkout process on the Nama website, and it should give you a special discount. Where can I get one? You can only get a Nama juicer on the official Nama juicer website. I want to say this because it's really important. Nama does not sell their juicer on any third-party websites. There are a lot of scam websites out there that try to sell you the Nama for a third of the price. Now, they either take your money and don't send you anything, or they take your third of the price that you paid and they send you a very cheap knockoff. I've had so many of you message me saying you were devastated that you got scammed, that you're very upset, you were just trying to find a better deal for this juicer. And unfortunately, so many of you didn't get refunded and you got a bad product in place of it. So I just want to let you know that the only way to actually get a Nama juicer is through their website or through their verified link, and I have included their verified link below for you. Do not go and try and buy this on a third-party website. It's not on Amazon, it's not on any of these other juicer sale websites. If you see it on there, please know that it's a scam. You're not getting a real one, or you're getting a used one that somebody might have broken or done something to. I don't know, but it breaks my heart when I see people who have been scammed like this, and I think it's really awful. I don't want it to happen to you, so if you're looking to find a Nama juicer, please go to their verified website. I have that verified link below with you and a discount code, and I genuinely hope that that helps so many of you. And I hope it saves many of you from getting thrown into that trap as well. So thank you. Can I get this juicer in Australia and with your discount code? I believe you can, yes. I will double check on that for you, but I do know that you can get this juicer with a UK plug as well. Woo, all right, that was a lot of questions. I hope that my answers have been able to help many of you today. So now that I've answered questions, I'm gonna make a little bit of juice right now because I've been standing here in front of this beautiful bounty of produce. I'm gonna make some guanabana juice or some soursop juice. I have some very, very ripe guanabana on my table right now, and I'm sure many of you were wondering, what is that on her table? So I'm gonna make some guanabana juice, and I'm gonna make a savory veggie juice that I am super excited about. All right, so I've just made some delicious guanabana juice and a very rich and spicy and delicious and savory veggie juice. I'm gonna give both of these a try right now. I already knew that one was gonna be good because I love guanabana juice, but this one, let's give this a try. Woo! That is incredible and so strong. I put a whole jalapeno in here, as well as multiple beets and garlic and another Anaheim pepper. So it's spicy, but delicious. I wanna thank you all so much for joining me in today's review video. I hope that you have found this to be super helpful. I hope I've been able to answer your questions. For those of you who are interested in checking out Nama or getting a Nama juicer, the link is in the description below along with a special discount code for you. Please go check it out. I love this juicer. I cannot recommend it enough, and I hope that you love it too. For those of you who are interested in my Fully Raw app with more than 450 fully raw and vegan recipes, that link is below for you as well, and my app is available on both iTunes and Google Play. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go now and enjoy the rest of these delicious juices, and I hope that you get to go and do the same. I'll see you in my next video.